Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window and a very dark and cloudy weather window today. Tumwater Mountain, our Sky-Fi Tower camera today, looking down at the beautiful town of Leavenworth, and very dramatic with the dark clouds on each side of your TV screen. And that's just the beginning of a lot of rain that we do expect moving in, and some areas in north central Washington already seeing that. We do have a flood watch in place, and we will talk about that coming up in a little bit. But first, a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A prominent Wenatchee area attorney accused of crashing his car into a condominium and then fleeing the scene could face now additional charges. Douglas County PUD puts a halt to new data center development with a moratorium on new permits for electrical service. And we'll have highlights of the 27th Annual Police Officer Appreciation Week luncheon. But first, we begin tonight. The National Weather Service in Spokane has issued a flood watch for our area from 2 o'clock this afternoon through 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. The flood watch area includes the Okanagan Valley, the Okanagan Highlands, the Waterville Plateau, and the Wenatchee Valley. A flood watch means conditions are favorable for lowland and small stream flooding. Showers and thunderstorms will produce locally heavy rain late this afternoon and tonight. A few storms may be capable of producing flash flooding. Widespread rain amounts of a ½ inch to even an inch are forecast, but higher amounts are expected under those thunderstorms, maybe even up to 2 inches of rain. Rapid rises on creeks and streams is also likely where heavy rain falls. Mud or rock slides are also possible in steep terrain, especially near recent burn scars. Heavy rain at times will continue into Friday morning with just showers expected by Friday afternoon. We will have more on this very wet weather pattern coming up later in our weather segment. Well, a prominent Wenatchee area attorney accused of crashing his car into a condominium and then fleeing the scene could face additional charges. Wenatchee City Prosecutor Daniel Marchant says Peter Fraley is currently charged with hit and run unattended, but additional charges are pending at a May 21st hearing in Chelan County District Court. Fraley was cited after he informed police of the accident the day after the April 26th incident. His attorney, John Brangwin, said Fraley left the McKittrick Street accident scene because he thought he'd hit a tree instead of the dwelling. Brangwin has filed a notice of appearance and not guilty plea on behalf of Fraley. Douglas County PUD puts a halt to a new data center development with a moratorium on new permits for electrical service. Utility spokeswoman Megan Vivert says the moratorium will allow the district to review its rate policies to address the increased load demand.
In other words, that means we're going to take a break, kind of pause and see how new legislation, our power supply, what our system requirements will be with all these different strains on it, and see if we need to alter some of the ways we're doing business for those non-diverse loads, which people also know as blockchain or data center.
Douglas County has seen a significant increase in large warehouse data center development, particularly along Grant Road in the area of Pangbourne Airport. Chelan County PUD has already put into place new rate policies for so-called large load customers. Well, the highlight of the National Police Officer Appreciation Week is the annual Law Enforcement Appreciation Luncheon, which is hosted by the Wenatchee Sunrise Lions Club. This year's 27th annual event at the Convention Center brought together members of the Chelan and Douglas County Sheriff's Offices, Wenatchee and East Wenatchee Police Departments, Washington State Patrol, Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife, and Chelan County Regional Justice Center. The luncheon is held each year to pay homage to officers who lost their lives in the line of duty and to honor those who currently serve and protect. The program also includes the presentation of the Officer of the Year awards from each agency. This year's honorees are State Trooper Darren Wilkes, Wenatchee Police Officer Kevin Battis, Chelan County Sheriff's Deputy Ernie Sensini, Douglas County Sheriff's Deputy Gordon Mitchell, East Wenatchee Police Officer Joshua Vernig, Fish and Wildlife Officer Eric Oswald, and Chelan County Corrections Officer Deputy David Heisey. Coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Evening News, Royal Devaney will be retiring at the end of his term after serving as mayor in Waterville since 1992. The 4th Annual Armed Forces Day will be celebrated this Saturday at Wenatchee Valley College. And today begins 4 days of wine and jazz throughout the Lake Chelan area with the Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
We get to a point where people are really like, okay, I have these weird things going on, and they just lay it all out with us, and you can tell they're like kind of embarrassed, and we're like, we've heard it all, we love this, and we know exactly what you're talking about. And you can tell they're like, you know, they came in thinking, how am I going to talk about this?
To me, there's nothing else in the world quite as special as when a baby is born, and why would I want to do anything else?
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand, a time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community, and that's pretty useful for everyone. Be a job creator. Donate. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Welcome back. In other news, it's been over 2 decades since the town of Waterville has selected a new mayor. Royal Devaney will be retiring at the end of his term after serving the small farming community since 1992. As of Wednesday, 3 candidates had filed for the position. They're J.D. Greening, Lloyd Smith, and Charles Driver. The office of mayor is a nonpartisan position that carries a 4-year term. Waterville was established as the Douglas County seat back in 1887. The most recent survey places the population at 1,140 people. The town also holds the long-standing claim as the highest incorporated town in Washington state, with an elevation of 2,622 feet above sea level. In other civic election, it appears there'll be contested mayor races in East Wenatchee, Leavenworth, Cashmere, Eniat, and Chelan, with at least 2 candidates filing papers for the November 6th election. Go to NCWLIFE.com for a link to the current candidate filings in Chelan, Douglas, and Grant counties. In other news, the Wenatchee Valley College Veteran Knights Student Veterans of America Club will be conducting a food drive this Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's all part of the 4th Annual Armed Forces Day event at Wenatchee Valley College. The entire event will be held in the courtyard around the fountain. The food drive is in support for the Knights Cupboard, which is a food pantry for students and their families who need a little assistance throughout the month. If you'd like to donate, bring non-perishable items to the campus and enjoy Armed Forces Day, featuring a free barbecue sponsored by the Alley Cafe and Costco, a bouncy house, and other children's activities. Well, today begins 4 days of wine and jazz throughout the Lake Chelan area with the Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival. Presented by the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce, the festival features wine and music at 11 venues featuring 15 artists and 25 shows between today and Sunday.
Snap your fingers, I'll come running.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house, fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old, fresh, and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
When you have to get there on time and looking good, call Fast, Friendly, Reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Available 24/7, AC Checker Taxi has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee for your pre-booked call. Some conditions apply. Call 663-8294. AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Schedule your ride ASAP or book up to a year in advance online at acchecker.com. American Classic Checker Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson introduces us to Shiloh the dog.
Hey guys, Megan with the NCWLIFE channel. We are here with Jenny, the volunteer coordinator at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and joining us this week is Shiloh. Can you tell us about Shiloh?
Yes, Shiloh's a 2.5-year-old male, pretty energetic guy. He's smart, he's a little stubborn, but he's in our Canine Good Citizen class here at the shelter with our volunteer Michelle, and he's doing really well. So he knows his basic commands, he knows sit, down, he knows he's supposed to stay, he's working on it. He's good on a leash, as long as you're firm with him. He can push your boundaries because he's a pretty smart guy. He's lived in a home with another dog. He is in playgroup with a few females here at the shelter. So if he wanted to be with another dog, it'd probably have to be the right introduction with another dog. He's a little much for small kids, but he has lived in a home with bigger kids. Yeah. Yes, you're a sweet guy. He's a sweet guy, you know.
And if someone's interested in adopting him, what should they do?
They should definitely come down to the shelter and go ahead and meet Shiloh. And then they can fill out an adoption form and take him home. He's available today.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. But as always, before we get to all those details, and there are a lot of them, let's take a look once again outside our weather window. This up in the Leavenworth area, the Tumwater Mountain camera provided by Sky-Fi and Local-Tel. Thank you very much for that. And you can see some showers now beginning to fall or have been falling in the Upper Valley and many locations around North Central Washington this afternoon. Very dramatic dark clouds just above the mountains as Leavenworth down below. Folks, get ready to get dumped on because we are going to see a good amount of rain as we move through the rest of today, tonight, and through much of Friday before more showers move in this weekend. Didn't get that warm today either because of all the cloudiness and a cold front that is moving through. Today's high temperature unofficially at 65 degrees. That's about 6 degrees below where we should be for this time of year at 71. Started off nice though at 52 degrees, just slightly above 49. That is our normal overnight low temperature. Record high 95 degrees back in 2006, and our record low in 1969 at 35 degrees. We did pick up 8/100ths of an inch of moisture. Boy, it sure seemed like that and sounded like more than that overnight, didn't it? But that's what it came down at the airport, and that now gets us to 3.21 inches for the year here in the Wenatchee Valley. Sunrise this morning, 5:23, and the sun will set tonight at 8:32. Once again, there is a flood watch in effect for almost all of central and eastern Washington through late tonight. Here we go in our viewing area: Winthrop, Omak, Chelan, and many areas to our south, including Ellensburg. We are under a flood watch, which means conditions are favorable to keep an eye on those lowlands and also small creeks and streams around our area. We could see even some flooding in the streets of some of these towns in central Washington if we do see the heavy rains that could happen, and also maybe some thunderstorm activity. And then if you're heading to the east through Saturday morning, this is where the rainfall will happen around Spokane, also Ritzville, down into Lewiston, Idaho. So it's all moving east, and unfortunately I'm traveling east tomorrow, and I'm going to follow that all the way into Montana. But here back at home, be careful if you are traveling tonight and especially tomorrow morning. Now let's put that surface loop in motion and show you what you can expect throughout the next 6 to 7 days. Tonight, a 90% chance of rain and that flood watch, which will go until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. It was just late tonight. Now it is 5 a.m. tomorrow, and you can see all of Washington and most of the inland northwest, Idaho into parts of western Montana. A lot of rain, mainly because of this area of low pressure that's spinning out in the Pacific. That will continue to bring us that surge of moisture that will happen tonight and into our overnight hours as we move into the end of the week for Friday. I think mainly morning showers. This is what it'll look like around noontime or so, and then we'll clear out just a little bit, mainly because the breezes will pick up. A cold front will move through Friday. We will see much cooler high temperatures for your end of the week as well. Saturday, this will be the break and all the rainy weather. So if you do have outdoor activities planned, do them on Saturday. It's not going to be that warm, but it will be dry with partly cloudy skies before another area of low pressure moves in on Sunday. That will bring us cloudy skies and about a 50% chance of showers, even some snow showers around the higher elevations of Washington. And as we get into the Intermountain West and the Rockies for Monday, look at this area of snow in Montana and Wyoming. It's because of this area of low pressure. This is our third storm system that'll move in, and that will bring us about a 30% chance of showers here in central Washington on Monday. And as we get into Tuesday, not much change. The area of low pressure moves inland, and that'll bring us a 40% chance of showers here in Wenatchee. Mostly cloudy skies, but then things begin to taper off just a little bit as we move into midweek next week. Partly cloudy skies, just isolated showers throughout most of Washington, but look out in the Pacific. We are clearing out, and high pressure will begin to move in late next week, and that will warm us back up probably into the middle 70s. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight will drop down to 50 degrees. Keep in mind, flood watch in effect until 5 a.m. tomorrow. We will see rain throughout our morning hours, and then mostly cloudy skies and breezy conditions for your Friday. Look at that temperature though, 61 degrees. That'll be 10 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. Partly cloudy and dry as we kick off our weekend on Saturday, and then more rainy weather for Sunday and Monday with mostly cloudy to cloudy skies. Upper 60s to lower 70s are high, and then we'll warm up by Wednesday of next week with mostly cloudy skies to around 72 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Only one dealership in Wenatchee has Motor Trend's SUV of the Year and Truck of the Year. That's right, Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has the all-new Jeep Wrangler and the all-new Ram 1500 pickup. Or get the best of both worlds in the new Jeep Gladiator. Visit Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today for more information on these award winners and see why there's no reason to leave town to buy your next vehicle.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging in Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
It's a paprika mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. The Mariners hope to continue a mini winning streak when they host Minnesota in the first of a 4-game series tonight at T-Mobile Park. Seattle's coming off a sweep of the Oakland A's Monday and Tuesday. And after a day off yesterday for some charity golf, they're back at it with the American League Central leading Twins in town. Minnesota and former Mariner Nelson Cruz are 27-15 and lead the AL Central by 4.5 games over the Cleveland Indians. Seattle, meanwhile, a game under 500 at 22-23. Trail the red-hot Houston Astros by 7.5 games in the American League West. On the mound tonight for the Twins, Michael Pineda, who's 2-3 with a 7.56 earned run average. Seattle will send Eric Swanson to the hill, who's 1-4 with a 6.35 earned run average. Boy, you take those two earned run averages, those two records, you think maybe a lot of runs coming across the plate tonight. First pitch at 7:10. Well, the Eastmont Lady Cats golf team finished second at the district championships yesterday at Black Rock Creek Golf Course in Sunnyside. Eastmont was led by Emily Wentworth, who shot 82, which was good enough for second place behind medalist Cassie Kim of Davis. Now, here's where it gets a little strange. Kim will be taking international baccalaureate exams at the same time as the state golf tournament is going on, so she will not play. As a result, Davis doesn't have enough players to participate in team at the state tournament, so the one Big 9 seed goes to second place Eastmont. That's right, the Wildcats finished 422 to Davis's 414, but because of the whole Kim's absence thing, Eastmont heads to state. Wenatchee finished fourth at the tournament at 474. Well, coming up on the prep schedule for today, it's happening right now. District Track, Field, and Championships. The first day of the District 4A Championships underway this afternoon at Eastmont High School. Day 2 of the meet at Zeffel Stadium in Yakima Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. Meanwhile, the District 6 1A Championships takes place at Cashmere today. That is underway. The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association announced its WIAA Wendy's Athlete of the Week winners for this week, and Wenatchee senior tennis player Luke Andrzejewski topped the list. Andrzejewski captured a district title by beating his opponent from Davis 6-love in the finals. His team also won the team title. Also selected as the WIAA Athlete of the Week, Cashmere's Braden Weatherman. The sophomore pitched a 7-inning complete game no-hitter in Cashmere's first-round district tournament victory. 6-0 the final in that one over rival Cascade. He struck out 11 batters, walked just 3, and needed just 92 pitches to complete the no-hitter. As a hitter, Weatherman was 3 for 6 with a stolen base in 2 district tournament games. How about that? We go basically the whole spring with not a single Athlete of the Week, and then this week we get 2. The all Big 9 boys soccer teams have been announced, and I'll try to get all these names right for you. Making the first team, Eastmont's Jorge Cabrera, Nate Bellaro, Sebastian Aviles, and Jeremy Gregerson. Also named to the first team for Wenatchee, Jose Camarillo and Carlos Viramontes. The player of the year, Moses Lake's Eric Chapardo as forward, Wenatchee's Jose Camarillo at forward, and West Valley's Luke Powers a defender. The All Caribou Trail League soccer teams have also been announced. Let's get through that. Selected to the first team, Cascade, almost their entire starting lineup. Raul Mata, Arturo Avila, Daniel Sandoval, Julian Alvarez, and Ricardo Barragan. On the first team for Cashmere are Evan Bakken, Ty Schoening, Jose Lanuza, and Brian Damian. Also selected to the first team, Chelan's Alexander Marin. The player of the year is Cascade's Raul Mata. Congratulations to all of them, and best of luck to Cascade as they continue in the state tournament. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Grant, back to you.
And thank you, Eric. And finally tonight, we check in with NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson to find out what's going on around the Wenatchee Valley this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Apple Air's I've Got Rhythm Spring Concert is this Friday at 7 p.m. at Grace Lutheran Church. The concert will feature special guests Mariachi Wenatchee and scholarship recipient Luis Perez. Come for an upbeat evening of song and rhythm. Touch a Truck is this Saturday from 10 to 2 at Wenatchee Valley College. This is a community-wide fundraising event where kids and adults have the opportunity to see, touch, interact with, and learn about dozens of cool vehicles. Organizations and facilities such as law enforcement, fire stations, waste management, SWAT, race cars, as well as local large and small businesses come together to share with the community their vehicles, booths, and items. There will also be face painting, games, and other fun activities. Proceeds from this event will benefit homeless and poverty organizations in Wenatchee through the Women's Service League of NCW grant process. Bring non-perishable food items for donation and get $1 off total entry. Science Fest is this Saturday from 10 to 2 at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. From the deepest depths of the sun to the smallest grain of sand, discover the amazing opportunities that the museum has to offer and meet local scientists to learn about their work. Participate in hands-on activities and demonstrations of the mysterious parts of space, our solar system, and our Earth. This free event will have over 20 stations full of learning. The 17th annual Run for the Border, presented by Columbia River Hog Chapter, is this Saturday. All street legal motorcycles are welcome to this fundraiser benefiting McKenna Schwab's McSpire Foundation that provides wishes to local children with illnesses. Registration is 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. The ride begins at Old Station at 10 a.m. And finally, Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista's Senior Rodeo is this Saturday from 1 to 3. Community members are invited to join residents and staff for a full day of fun and entertainment. In addition to competing in a variety of rodeo games, including roping and cornhole, Prestige Assistant Living residents will host Norwegian Fjord horses from the Alethea Therapeutic Riding Center. Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista will provide free food and refreshments at the event and crown a rodeo queen for the day. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with guest host Eric Granstrom. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life channel is your local TV station.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.